All right, let's do it.
I'm pressing the button, Frank.
Fired up.
All right. It seems like we're live. We're here. We're trying to get things situated. We got a couple topics to talk about tonight, and then from there we'll see where that goes. If anybody else wants to jump in, they're more than welcome to if they have a link. And at that point, that's all I'm going to say on that. You know, I got Travis here with me. Say hello, Travis.
Hi, Travis. Hey, guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. We got a good show lined up for you tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, Nice Rick's got a lot of good news for you and lots of cool things to talk about. So thank you, everybody, for watching.
Hi, Mr. P11.
Hi, Nice Rick.
There we go.
It's been 48 hours since my last gun purchase.
Yeah. It's I haven't purchased any new guns since I got that M1 carbine because I will never financially recover from that.
You mean 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Though I did get in the mail, I got the new AK Master mount for my RPK.
Ooh, there you go.
Because it doesn't have a rail. It didn't have a rail. But that's Norinco for you. They couldn't put the rail on when they imported it. Apparently.
How does that mount then? You don't have the side mount for an optic?
No, you don't have a side mount. So how does that work? What the AK Master mount does is it replaces your original trigger and hammer pin, and basically, you put the those pins through the receiver, and then you've got a set screw on the other side that screws them into place, that keeps them there. It also allows you to remove the shepherd's hook or the shepherd's or the spring or the retaining plate, depending on what type of AK you've got. There was a spring on this one, so
and then that gives you a side mounting point.
So it gives you an AK side rail.
Okay. Well, that's what I meant, like some sort of
So
I'm gonna have to look this thing up.
As far as I know, hopefully that'll do that. That'll work. But the problem I'm having right now with that AK is that the hammer is just sitting a little bit too high for the bolt. So the bolt is having problems go over it. And I'm like, do I get a new bolt carrier? Do I get a new do I get a new hammer and trigger? Replace the ones I've got?
Why is it happening? Did it not run from the factory properly, or what's the deal?
Well, it's because I'm using the master mount pins instead of the official factory pins, and it's different, and it's a pain in the ass, and
yeah.
Well, I'll figure it out. Anyways, yeah. So, what's going on with you, Travis? Anything new? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I got I had a bunch of random parts kind of sitting around, so I decided to go ahead and just buy an upper and slap together an AK. I got the video airing tomorrow. It's a combination of Bear Creek and PSA parts, UTG parts.
An AK or an AR-15?
AR-15. AR-15 build. I'm sorry if I said AK. I'm thinking AK.
You said AK, because I was talking AK. So,
Dude, I've been up since like 5 this morning, 4:30, so my brain's just not functional. But no, I got that. I'm going to take that to the range maybe this weekend. I got some 62 grain M855 to run through it. It's a neat setup. It's a little bit different than anything else I'm running right now. And it's just kind of I used to call it kind of a beater, kind of a truck gun. There's not a lot of money invested in it. I am kind of maybe thinking about picking up another AK at some point. I keep wanting to get a Zastava. I mean, it's going to be expensive.
Actually, if you want to get another AK, Travis, you know what I'm going to tell you.
I have no idea.
Okay, if you want an AK that can run every mag available on the market right now, go buy a GF3. They're $5.99.
Oh, I know. Well, what I've been waiting for.
They have a rail on them. They have a rail.
No. I'm interested. The thing is, I want PSA to start offering the Dagger full size, the new S, with an AK as a combo. They're not currently doing that, which hopefully they'll start doing it soon, because that dagger, I think, is the full size is running about the same price as the compact. So I was hoping they start bundling them together. Okay, and then maybe I'll do it. Yeah, then I'll do a GF combo.
Okay, I will send Josiah an email letting him know that, hey, some people have been asking me about this.
Yeah.
You think you guys over there in marketing could come up with something as a special one of these days?
It wouldn't even be. It doesn't. All they have to do is pair the two together and give us a discount like they're currently doing with the Dagger Compact. You know, like they're doing. I think it's a $7.99 for a GF. They were doing. My stepdad just bought a GF3 with Magpul furniture on it, Zukov stock or whatever. FDE standard compact dagger, just the standard dagger without the night sights, without the threaded barrel. And that was $7.99 with free shipping, which is a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the blemish for $5.99. I'd really like an OD green furniture one and maybe get an OD green, you know.
That's the one that's $5.99 right now.
What's that?
The OD green is the one that's $5.99 right now.
Yeah, no, but I want that bundled up with the Dagger S. They do that, but I'd be interested in buying it. I don't really need a Dagger S, but since it's got parts compatibility, it's got mag compatibility with my G17 Gen 5, then I'm interested.
All right.
Otherwise, no, that's about it. I haven't had a chance to really get out to the range. I've been busy on the weekends with family and stuff. I just have not had a chance to go out to the range. I'll probably go Saturday or Sunday. I've got some Hornady 7.62x39 ammo I've never tested before in the Ruger Ranch bolt action. So that'll probably be coming up next year soon too.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So we got a couple topics to talk about tonight. And if people jump in, in the middle of the show, that's great. If they don't, well, that's too bad. The first topic is a somber one because it's over in New York. It's over. The ban on toy guns and other fakes takes effect in New York today.
I mean, toy guns are such a part of my history as a kid. We grew up playing Army. We even had the full-size Laramie ones, with the stick caps that went in them, like the strips of caps.
I had that too. I also had the plastic cap wheels too,
Yep. And they did not, ours did not have safety colors back in like 85, 86 when I was playing with them. That was kind of before they molded them in safety color. We had those little red caps in the end of the barrel, but you could pop them right out. And you wanted to because the smoke would come out of the barrel if you did that.
Yeah. And so Capital Region, New York, with holiday shopping about to begin, there's a new ban on the books when it comes to toy guns in New York. It will be illegal for toy stores and retailers to sell any firearm replicas, thanks to Governor Kathy Hochul's signed bill, of which she signed on August 16th, banning any replica gun that is black or blue in color or covered in aluminum and will not be allowed to be sold in the state starting Monday, which happens to be in time for Christmas and just before Black Friday sales begin. Instead, the replica guns must be brightly colored or entirely translucent. Federal law already requires toy guns to have an orange tip or stripe on both sides of the barrel. So that's the end of that, but bummer on that, right?
Well, and the other thing too you don't think about is if you go to like a place like Shields or you go to like some of your tractor supply companies, they've got fairly realistic, guns that have lever actions and bolt actions. You can really teach a little kid at a very young age gun safety with toy guns like that. I'm glad they're going to play guns with their friends and stuff, but you can do little hunts and you can they come with targets and stuff, and there's dart guns and this and that. It's kind of taken away just kind of part of our childhood, which is playing Army, right? So yeah, I mean, it's terrible they're doing that, and so I wonder, like, or is anybody grandfathered in for their toy guns? Are those
no?
Illegal
there's
or
no
what?
No, the Democrats have gotten smart in New York. There's no grandfathering.
So you can't, like, all these vintage toy stores are gonna have to throw away their merchandise then, or what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently.
That's really a darn shame. What we should do, like, I wonder if they can make them out of wood still, like make like wood AR-15s and like semi-auto AKs that are made out of wood, like rubber band guns and stuff like that. There's a little bit of a market there maybe for something.
I change the settings again.
I don't know. I don't know if they changed it on you or what, Tony. I haven't done anything, so it's your computer.
You know what? My computer. It's your freaking server.
It is not
my computer. I had a question about the toy guns.
Go ahead.
You think they'll have a buyback?
Oh my God! You get like a Toys R Us gift card or something?
Yeah, you get a Toys R Us gift, a $5 Toys R Us gift card.
Can you imagine a pile of toy guns they would get?
I know, right?
Oh my God, they're just gonna have tons of them. Like no more water guns.
No more water guns.
More. I mean, like super. So, like you said, but they're only a certain color. If they're not in a certain color, they can still be around or not.
I don't know. I don't know. It's New York. What do you think?
God,
gonna do?
I just bought my grandson. He just turned 2. Those little Nerf guns that shoots up.
Yeah.
His mom was like, "Oh my God!" I said, "You just sit down, woman. We're shooting guns."
Absolutely.
You got your Nerf guns, your Super Soakers. The
Halo replica guns.
She wouldn't let him shoot the nothing fancy BB gun I gave him when he was born.
No, he can't shoot the Red Ryder.
Not yet.
So, yeah. These are dark days, man. These are dark days.
Moms, they're always worried about those eyes getting shot out.
Well, you got to watch yourself, in front of icicles. I'll tell you that. Anyway, so New York has banned toy guns. It's rough out there right now. It's rough.
That should help with crime too. Right?
That'll totally help with crime, right? Right, Travis?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna see no more drive-bys. You're gonna see no more. I mean, really, just all the crime is gonna just disappear instantly. No more robberies.
Right.
No more liquor stores getting knocked. Getting knocked over or whatever.
No corner stores getting knocked up, over.
Yeah. Getting knocked up. Yeah, no more people getting knocked up. I mean, it's going to fix all the world's problems. It's really going to be a good thing.
So moving
gang
on.
Banging with squirt guns.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
We're so worried about that. So we got to talk about Oregon, unfortunately. So the depressing elections have led to Oregon ballot measure 114. Passing by just like a percentage or two. Oregon gun owners are facing sweeping restrictions. Oregon gun owners will face the most extreme gun control measure in the country. Basically, they're saying, although the votes, this was from yesterday, so I guess they've already tallied the votes, but it says, the votes have yet to be counted. Law-abiding gun owners in the Beaver states might soon be facing some of the most severe restrictions on gun ownership in the country. At the time of this writing, which was November 14th, proponents of ballot measure 114, a horrible proposal that would enact sweeping changes on gun ownership in the state, led in the delayed vote count by about 26,000 votes. We don't know. I think it's more than that now. I don't know what the actual number is. Let me see if I can get the actual number. Let's see. What was it? Ballot. Great. Caps lock. No, it would help if I use both hands to type. All right.
You got to use 2 hands on that stiff keyboard you got.
I know, right? The clicky one. All right. So right now, I guess everybody is screwed because it was the percentage is so close. It was 931,916 votes yes. 906,639 said no.
What was the measure?
Ballot measure 114 in Oregon.
I mean, what was it?
Oh, it's gun control.
Just gun control, no specifics.
Yeah.
I can go through the details. You want me to go through the details real quick of what it's going to do?
Yeah, as gun measure, I want to read you the rest of the article.
Right,
let me go through the rest of this article. I just wanted to make sure we had the proper numbers because this article is from yesterday. Okay, so as gun control measures go, this one is a doozy. It doesn't put a minor restriction here and there, like so many ballot questions. This is the most extreme gun control measure in the country, or at least one of the most extreme. Oregon State Shooting Association President Kerry Spurgeon told Fox News it will virtually eliminate firearm sales in Oregon as written. That's no exaggeration. Among other things, the measure requires that anyone wanting to purchase a firearm must apply for a $65 permit, which would have to be renewed every 5 years, and complete an unspecified law enforcement firearms training requirement, which currently doesn't exist.
Hold on, Scott, can you mute for a second, buddy? Sorry, man. It's hard to hear anything.
I'll mute him. All right. Okay. The state's concealed handguns license and hunter safety certification would not meet the training requirement. Dangerously, there is no cap on how much law enforcement could charge for the training. And since live fire is a required part of the training, it would make it virtually impossible for a prospective new gun owner to apply for a permit to purchase a gun. Ballot Measure 114 creates government registry of firearm owners, a violation of a federal firearms law. Each year, law enforcement must report permit information, which would be disclosed to the public. That's an invasion of privacy, by the way. We do have a right to privacy. Finally, the measure would unconstitutionally ban any magazines, fixed or removable, that can hold more than 10 rounds. Currently possessed magazines holding more than 10 rounds will be limited to use on the owner's own personal property, at a shooting range, or while hunting. And there is no affirmative defense available for magazines owned before the effective date. Some Oregon sheriffs have spoken out against the proposal, saying it would cause more problems than it was likely to fix. This measure will not make our community safer. Deschutes County Sheriff Shane Nelson, who is president of the Oregon State Sheriff's Association, said in a video statement, "It will put our communities at greater risk for violence because it requires that every sheriff's office and police agency divert scarce public safety resources to background systems that already exist." Under the ballot initiative, the magazine ban would take effect 180 days after the proposal's passage. It is not clear how long it would be before the permit is required to purchase a firearm. While there are still 20% of the votes left to be counted, not anymore. Gun owners are hopeful. Proponents of the measure have already declared victory. Yeah. There's more work to be done, but right now we're going to celebrate with so much joy in our hearts, knowing that that brighter and better days are ahead. Mark Knudsen, chairman of Lift Every Voice Oregon, said in a statement released on Wednesday morning. If this one is indeed lost at the ballot box, it is sure to have its day in court. It's quite likely that a flurry of lawsuits will be filed the minute the new unconstitutional restrictions take effect. In fact, the Firearms Policy Coalition, an organization dedicated to fighting unconstitutional gun laws in the courtroom, has already promised a lawsuit on the ballot question. If you have any other thoughts or comments about this, they said to email them at the site I got it from, which is firearmsnews.com. So check them out. All right. So thoughts?
Well, I mean, I wonder how all the bad guys feel about this. I mean, they're just licking their chops waiting for something like this to pass because, disarmed populace is just, the wolves circling the sheep, just figuring out which ones they want to take out, I mean, it's just to restrict it to that point. It's just, that's ridiculous to think something like that could even pass. I mean, we're never going to say never, but that is just wrong in so many ways.
I saw that they spent like $7.5 million to try and get this to pass.
So this
opposing side spent a little over $200,000. So the pro freedom side only could come up with $200,000 to fight it.
Yeah. So this means that if you want a really restrictive law put in place, you only need $7 million in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here's the thing. I mean, I think a lot of it's just maybe some apathy on the part of gun owners, like, oh, it'll never pass. It'll never. Let something like that pass. Let people see that really could happen. I know you can argue California, New York, but that's been like that for a long time.
Oh, it's
let it happen in another state, and then it's going to start to scare people. Like, oh crap, wait a minute, what?
Are y'all really that surprised though? I mean, this is Portland. This is
Oregon. The state that houses Portland. I understand that.
But yeah.
I understand that, but a quarter of the 3/4 of the state wants to break away from Oregon and join Idaho.
They should.
Yeah, they want to push the coast.
They can call themselves Idagun.
They didn't do a very.
No, they didn't do a very good job in that ballot measure, did they? So it just sucks for that. Let me go through the YouTube side and see who we got out there right now. We got Bjorn out there. We got Kingpin. Man Against the Masses out there. Flying Rich is out there. Roll Call is talking about Trump. Goody. DJ Plain Ice is out there. Ron 2A Matters is out there. Man Against the Masses says at Night Strike, I'm getting ready to post a few meme about Hochul. Okay, let me know, buddy. Just tag me so I can check it out. And Ron 2A Matters is saying, hi, Night Strike. Hey, buddy, how's it going? So we got another topic to talk about tonight. I got another article we can go over. It's a little bit more upbeat than the Oregon thing, because we got some rumblings out of the great state of Montana. Have you heard about this?
No, but let's get some good news, man. Let's get
all right. I'll keep the suspense. Montana warns YouTube of consequences for acting as a Democrat proxy to censor speech. I thought this was an interesting one. Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen has called on YouTube to stop censoring firearms-related speech by warning the social media giant that states can and will regulate it as a common carrier. If the federal government doesn't do it, the state can, right?
What's his last name?
Knudsen, K-N-U-D.
I thought you said Knudsen.
Knudsen. K-N-U-D-S-E-N. Knudsen.
Yeah.
Calls on YouTube to stop censoring firearms-related speech on a November 2nd media advisory from Montana's top law enforcement officer warns in its removal of dozens of videos, including one by the Rogue Banshee, our friend Jason, a Montana-based content creator, on how to finish the construction of an 80% lower. The online video sharing social media platform was effectively acting as a political proxy for 5 Democrat senators, Richard Blumenthal, Bob Menendez, Chris Murphy, Cory Booker, Mr. Spartacus himself, and Edward Markey, to shut down and black out free speech. Those powerful politicians know First Amendment prohibits the government from censoring such content, and that incomplete lower receivers are not regulated as firearms by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and are legal, Knudsen asserted. His letter, with all claims corroborated with copious footnotes, is addressed to YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, I can't pronounce it, Wojcicki or whatever it is. It cites 2 main areas of concern and ends in a warning. The videos are legal and cannot be censored by federal government. YouTube repeatedly removes political speech it disfavors. If YouTube continues exercising quasi-sovereign control over political speech, states will regulate the service as a common carrier, Knudsen cautioned. If Senators Blumenthal, Menendez, Murphy, Booker, and Markey are troubled by the existence of 80% lowers, they are free to introduce amendments to the Gun Control Act to regulate those items, Knudsen noted. The fact that they haven't shows that such actions are unpopular even when Congress and the presidency are controlled by their own party. Perhaps more cynically, one might also conclude that the senators wouldn't waste their time proposing such an amendment when they know that multi-billion-dollar media conglomerates like YouTube will bend the knee to the anti-Second Amendment lobby at their beckoning call. To name
Did
a few
say
examples.
more cynically? That's weird. Sorry. Go ahead.
He said more cynically. Okay, it's part of his quote. More cynically. I don't know.
Strange.
I know, but he's a politician.
Would it be cynically
Just how cynical can you get?
I don't know.
More cynically.
It'd be more cynical.
Well, this begs the question: can you be cynically to the extreme?
You can be cynically
Yes. Okay. So, all right. To name a few examples, YouTube recently removed a speech by former President Trump at the Heritage Foundation for its political message. Knudsen continued, providing clear examples of recent censorship bias on the part of the global video colossus. The site also took down another Heritage Foundation video featuring a former transgender individual who warned about the dangers of gender ideology and took an increasingly aggressive role in shutting down dissent over the draconian COVID-19 lockdown measures as well. YouTube's decisions to remove speech it dislikes, combined with its monopolistic power, inappropriately flirts with the boundaries of the First Amendment, Knudsen warned. Increasingly, legal scholars are recognizing that social media sites may not both serve as a town square and exclude disfavored political speech. Many states have taken action to big tech's tyranny over our political discourse, and perhaps it's time that Montana did the same. That's posited. Citing a Fifth Circuit ruling upholding a Texas common carrier-based law now on appeal to the Supreme Court that, if it stands, will give states blueprint for enacting similar laws that rein in big tech censorship. Big tech argues they deserve exemptions because they are not content providers, acting as content deniers, suppressing anything that does not advance a state-approved progressive narrative, and facilitating the universal spread of that which does effectively amounts to the same thing. If you say you're a town square or whatnot, I hate to say it, but you have to let all speech, even if you don't agree with it, even if some of your base doesn't like it, you have to allow it. Otherwise, if you only pick and choose what type of speech you allow, you become a publisher then, instead of what was it, a service. And they're going to that. So that's the end of that article. So does anybody have any comments on that?
I'm shocked they haven't been sued already.
They have many times.
Yeah, but I'm saying by the state.
Tony, that's funny. That is funny.
You like it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
The problem is that we really haven't had a federal definition for internet content hosts as, utilities or whatever you want to call it, like trying to say that it's like a necessity and they've got to play fair and that kind of thing. So, they got the problem. They've got the money to outlast about anybody and do whatever they want. That's the sad part about it. So I don't know.
Well, think of it this way. They said that about Ma Bell too. And look what happened there.
Yeah.
Ma Bell got broken up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I know my dad worked there when he got out of high school.
Yeah.
That's the only job he ever had.
And I was hoping we would have more to talk about tonight other than that, but a lot of the other topics I was seeing were like, honestly, I didn't want to go over them because it's kind of a buzzkill right now. You had the Oregon thing. There's New Jersey's putting in more restrictive laws. It's not going well. I mean, I thought we were getting some headway with the Supreme Court, and then the elections.
What's the current House count? I haven't checked in the last few days.
All right, let me go look it up.
Pretty sure Election Day was over a few days ago.
It was, but apparently
Really?
apparently, you know, Georgia's still up in the air.
There's 2 or 3 states that can't count their votes in a timely manner.
Well, Maricopa County in Arizona is kind of going to get sued.
Maricopa County thought it was okay to only have 30% of the votes counted.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I know that that what's her name already conceded, but the problem is that, you know, if even though she conceded, if she won, but because they go and actually count and go over those votes, then I hate to say it, she has to take the position. She wanted the position in the first place. Whether she conceded or not, she conceded because everything looked as if she lost. But if they count those votes and those votes go to her and tips the balance, she should take the position.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, and I mean Carrie Lake.
There was definitely some shadiness going on with their counting.
You know, there was some super shadiness, but I heard they got a private contractor to come in, and they've got a specialist working on it right now.
217 to 208 GOP.
217 208. But
still, what 10 votes or 10?
They need 1.
I know. I'm saying there's 10. Apparently, there's 10 states that are still. It says 425 out of. Oh no, 425 out of 435.
My friend, the gun-toting pacifist, posted this on Instagram the other day. I just wanted to share it, but this is the expert they brought in to count all those votes in Maricopa County that they haven't been counting yet.
It'll go Democrat.
Five hanging chads.
What's wrong with Arizona anyway? Can't G-Webs do anything about?
Yeah, this is the expert. No, G-Webs is too busy with
taking
his new
care
dog.
of pugs.
Taking care of pugs, yeah. But this is the new expert. He seems legitimate. He's got his credentials. I don't know if they can see it on the YouTube side.
He can work at night.
Yep, he can definitely work at night. Let's see.
Bloodsuckers.
Well, he's a politician, so.
Yeah. Let's see if it works on the YouTube side. It's blurry. Hold on. We're waiting on YouTube to catch up, so hold on. But yeah, that's the new
I'm still trying to figure out how Democrats are doing all these victory laps when they really didn't do that well.
No,
I mean, they did okay.
Republicans didn't really do that well either.
Well, we're gonna take the House. We're gonna have.
Yeah, but we should have had this massive slap down of the Democrats.
That
never showed up.
It never showed up. So that just shows you how
you have idiots in charge of the Republican Party that decided to spend $9.5 million in Alaska running a Republican candidate of their choosing against a populist Republican candidate.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. Almost like, the establishment doesn't want upstarts.
Apparently, DJ Plain Eyes says on this issue they're huge because the red wave didn't reach the beach.
I wish they would quit hyping this. I wish they would quit hyping this red wave before the election because people just sit at home.
There's no red wave.
Everybody else going to go out and vote.
There was no red wave. The red wave is a myth.
Well, obviously now you're saying that in hindsight. I'm saying before the election when it was hyped. I wish we'd quit doing this propaganda crap.
The question is, who was in charge of the media?
Not me.
Not me either.
Which political party does the media usually lean?
Typically Democrat.
Mm-hmm. They were gaslighting Republicans.
So you mean we were being set up for the fall anyways?
Yep. You don't think so?
That sounds about right. No, it sounds about right.
You don't think they were hyping all that shit up on purpose?
Probably.
They were doing more than hyping. They were backing, candidates. Right? They were doing that thing where they invest money in the candidate they want to win, like primaries or whatever.
Yeah, they want to run against.
Yeah, they were doing that. I forgot how many millions of dollars they put into
A lot.
Republican campaigns.
Yeah. So with that, the whole red wave was more of a red puddle, honestly. A pink puddle, that's what it was. Maybe pink sneeze. I don't know. If you got a better
I think in 2024 we'll have the presidency in the House, so I mean you can't have it all, right?
Right.
Probably not a good idea anyway.
No, that's why our government was designed to be divided.
Yeah.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps. We'll get there.
Baby steps.
We got to start
Government
playing the long game. They're playing the long game. We got to play the long
gridlock.
game too.
Warsaw is saying, doesn't it take one day for the election to make it official on a president-elect, not weeks? Well, the problem is, with the way Georgia is, we're waiting on the runoff between Warnock and the other guy, Walker. Warnock and Walker, because the race was so close between the two of them, they had to have a runoff because the rules stipulate one has to beat the other. So we're thinking, hopefully, Walker can win. But again, with everything that's happened, I'm not too hopeful on that.
Which state was Kerry Lake running in?
Arizona.
Okay, so that's the article I read today that said that if they get within a certain 0.5%, there would be an automatic runoff there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I forgot exactly what the percentage was.
Right. Yep.
And I guess the ballots are breaking her way.
Yeah. Because she's, believe it or not, she's extremely popular in Arizona. How do I know? Well, at one point I lived in Arizona and she was on TV. Just saying.
Yeah, she was a newscaster.
She was a newscaster.
She's popular among the people who voted for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family voted for her.
Because not everybody voted for her.
Not everybody did, but my family did. So, yeah. DJ Play Nice says Pink Sneeze gets my vote. And Gabriel is out there saying what's up. There we go. Warsaw says it took Biden 3 days to be the presidential elect. Trump took 1 day.
I don't think Trump's going to be the nominee.
When it came to the election compared to 2016 to 2020. Yep.
I think DeSantis is going to be the nominee in 2024.
DJ Play Nice says Pink Sneeze gets my vote.
DeSantis already said he's not interested in running.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 2 years. He's just saying that now because he just got reelected.
He'll
be interested, especially when Trump keeps pissing him off every time he turns around.
Yeah, it says Jim Gabriel saying GA runoff if no one gets 50%. And both of them had like 49% something. Warnock and Walker. It was that close. So they're having a runoff. I think Trump just had an announcement saying he's running for 2024.
It was supposed to be tonight. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Or if it's
I didn't watch it either. So I don't know anything that's going on with Trump. So
I just don't. Based on the results of this election, I don't see it. I don't see him winning. I don't see him winning the nomination.
Nope. Neither do I. I'd like to be proven wrong, but with this election, no.
I think it's time to move on. Honestly, I mean, I really do. I think it's time for new blood.
Yeah.
He just announced it.
Yeah, he just announced
as we were speaking.
Yep, he just announced it. So, well, there you go. But with that, does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about? Any other topics they want to go over tonight? Because I got nothing. I'm out.
I did see that Norma is creating 600 jobs in Garden City, Georgia, for an expansion on their ammunition plant.
Oh,
that's cool. So if anybody's looking, this is just north of Savannah. Apparently, America makes up half of basically all the different companies that Beretta has under their wing, their revenue. So they're definitely heavily investing in the USA. I guess Norma's been making ammo in the US for over a decade, but Yeah, they're expanding a new 300,000 square foot facility. Now, we just get those ammo prices to drop off a little bit. I'd be happy about that, you know?
Right.
I got a question for, I want to put Travis on the spot, if it's okay.
Do it, man. What's up?
Do you want to review this thing right here?
You know, I have yet to actually try one. I know Defense Stat, I think he got one, but yeah, man, do you want me to do another video kind of like what I did before or what?
That's what I was thinking. I think because honestly, I don't do a very good job with these things.
Okay.
But Mantis is so nice to send me this stuff. I just thought it would be cool to have somebody that does a better job at reviews. So I thought I would do it and then send it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I know a lot of guys have done videos on it, but I've only watched a couple. But
we can give it away too if you want to.
Yeah, man, we can do that. That's fine.
I didn't mean to put you. I should have asked you off the air. Sorry.
I gotta start doing tabletop reviews now because you know
you should. No, you start doing cleaning videos. All those guns you have in your collection, you've never done a cleaning video.
No, because
telling you, all the videos that I've made, the cleaning videos do get the most views overall and get the most watch time. So that's the key right there.
So we got a couple comments out there. Warsaw says it would be bad if we had a president that was a Russian spy. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have that. M. Gabriel says the Libertarian GA had about 1% and caused the runoff. Yeah. Man Against the Masses said, heard a theory: Biden fires Harris, replaces Harris with Newsom, and then resigns. Ooh, ow, no, absolutely not. M. Gabriel says, will South Carolina get constitutional carry this year? I don't know. It doesn't look
probably
like
not.
Not this year. Maybe next year, but not this year. M. Gabriel says Dems flip 4 governors and 5 state chambers taking complete control in Minnesota, Michigan, Maryland, and Massachusetts. Well, look at those states. You could have, I could have, told you they would win on those ones anyways. Because apparently Michigan, as pro-gun they say they are, they've always got a Democratic governor. It's like, what the hell? And it's because of Detroit. And probably a couple of, I would say it's probably because of Detroit and Grand Rapids. Any other democratically held cities that are there too. There's a couple.
Did you ask Warsaw what he thought about getting bombed?
Yeah, well, he got the news like 3 hours too late.
Too late.
Too late,
You didn't have time to warn them.
Me, Scott, Scott and Sean were talking about it for like 2 whole hours, whereas Warsaw comes in like 3 or 4 hours later saying, "Did you hear about what happened to Poland?" And it's like you're like,
that was yesterday's news, bro. Literally,
we already heard about that. So yeah,
I know. I was just giving Warsaw a hard time.
And his excuse, the reason he didn't hear it was because he was at work. Apparently, he's not allowed to have the radio on or anything while he's working.
You can't look at your phone or anything. Like most millennials do while they're working.
Nope, he can't. He can't listen to music. Can't listen to the news. Nothing. He has to be cut off from the world.
What's the workforce coming to when they can't?
I know, right? I know. So John Z is out there. He's no longer in New York. He's in Missouri now. So he just got out of work. So, hey, John. So, does anybody else have anything? Because I got nothing. I'm out of topics. I'm out of stuff to talk about.
I'm good, man. I think we've covered quite a bit of news tonight, a lot of good stuff, and going to talk about things that not everybody's hearing about. I think that's nice because in the news and stuff, it's just a repeat cycle of the same old trash over and over again. So,
right.
Yeah.
So for anyone that didn't know, the reason we're talking about that is because apparently 2 stray missiles that are supposedly Russian hit Poland earlier today.
Supposedly Russian.
Yes, it's supposedly
fired
Russian.
off like 80 or something.
Ukraine uses the same missiles too, so we don't know if they're Russian or Ukrainian.
So. Here we go with the red flag. Here we go with the conspiracy theories.
So and two Polish people died as a result of the supposed Russian missiles hitting a building in Poland and killing 2 farmers. Okay, that's what happened. And I guess they were the Polish president had a conversation with Jens Stoltenberg, the leader of NATO, and with President Biden, and they're trying to figure out what they should do. And it's like, oh, they'll invoke Article 4. They did Article 4. Poland invoked Article 4 in 2014. They'll probably invoke it again now. They could invoke Article 5, but at this point, Biden doesn't want to go to war.
Just shoot down a couple of MiGs and
Biden doesn't want to go to war.
Biden doesn't have a say in it.
Jens Stoltenberg, he doesn't want to see his own shadow, so obviously he won't mobilize NATO. But we got 300,000 troops literally on the border of Ukraine. Why can't we? I mean, that's more than Russia's got. I'll tell you that right now.
Why can't we?
Russia had 120 when they invaded.
They had 120 when they invaded. What do they have now? Yeah.
Probably about 20.
20, probably. Remember, and we aren't even counting the people that are defecting either.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to start invading or taking.
Well, we wouldn't be invading Ukraine.
I know. I just realized we wouldn't be invading it, but I don't think you want to get that involved in the war. I think
it wouldn't be invading Ukraine. It would be reinforcing Ukraine and actually imposing a no-fly zone. It's like, yeah, you see those MiGs the Russians have? They're not there no more.
I mean, we're doing enough.
We do have a bunch of F-35 sitting in Poland doing nothing.
We do. And the Polish are trying to get rid of their MiGs so they can get some of those new F-15s from his.
I mean, look at how well we've done just feeding them intelligence so far.
Yep.
It's not, you don't. I mean, when you can win that way, why get tanks in the battle?
And that's just it. Man Against the Masses says may have been Ukrainian air defense missiles. Yeah, they could have been. We don't know whether it was Russia that fired them directly or whether it was Ukraine missiles missed the mark because they were using old Russian crap. Maybe that they captured or they had in their arsenal since God knows when. The only way to know for sure is if you trace the path where those missiles hit back to their origin, then you know who actually fired it off. And they can do that. It's just
they've already been tracked, and
they probably have already been tracked.
Where they came from. Yeah. So why are you trying to create some kind of conspiracy theory?
I'm not creating a conspiracy theory. I'm keeping an open mind. Okay.
You keep it open.
You of all people should know that it's better to keep an open mind. Okay. All right. So with that, they're deciding whether to invoke Article 5 or Article 4 and all that, and that's just the whole bag of cats. Honestly, I don't want to get into it. I don't really want us to go to war. I don't want anybody to go to war. The problem is the whole situation itself needs to end, and it needs to end now because the world isn't getting any better right now. It's actually ruining the world's economy.
Actually dropping some tactical nukes if we start rolling tanks in there.
And if he does that, then people will start dropping some tactical nukes on the Russian cities.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother, as I said, that's a whole nother bag of cats. So we got Joe Shooting Gallery New England out there hanging out. So with that, that's what's going on as far as the world news. So you had a little bit of world news, you had a little bit of Oregon news, New York, Montana. We went all over the map. So with that, we're gonna end it early or on time, I guess, because we wasted another 10 minutes. So with that, let's go through the room. Tony, you got anything going on that you want people to know about? You got any words of wisdom for people?
No. I was just looking at some articles, trying to find your conspiracy theory on the Ukraine bombing Poland.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy theory. You want a conspiracy theory? Let me just go over some of your shows with Alexi, okay?
Well, I don't agree with them. That's the difference. Just because I'm interviewing somebody doesn't mean I agree with them.
I don't agree with them either, but you know how Alexi can get, okay? I'm just saying.
That's not a conspiracy. It's just a theory on it of everything. It's just a scientific theory. That's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
a little different. They probably called Einstein's general relativity a conspiracy theory too, I guess, back in the 30s or whatever.
They did. They actually did. And then he proved it. So
Travis would know.
Yeah. Yep. So
I know everything.
So speaking of Mr. I know everything.
You're supposed to anyway.
Travis, do you have anything you want to tell people about? Anything, words of wisdom for the people out there?
Just life's too short to be unhappy. Go out there and just live your lives and be happy. Make the most of it, man. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Get out there, have a good time, man. Go have an extra helping of biscuits and gravy, or go enjoy an extra beer, or go to the range every weekend. Just have a good time, man. Enjoy life.
By the way, do you got anything coming up you want people to know about? Are we doing Caliber Corner this week?
Yeah, we are. I just heard back from Chris from the 740. We're gonna talk about specifically USPSA pistol caliber carbine competition. What does it take to really get into it? What does the competition consist of? What's the cost, the investment? How are the matches structured? We had a great USPSA chat, with Foose and everybody else on there a couple weeks ago. That was a fun chat. I think we provided a lot of good information for people that maybe were kind of curious about it, but didn't know about it, but weren't sure what it takes to get into it. And they realized it really is not as complicated as it looks or sounds,
all right,
or as expensive as you think it is. So
when is that?
What's that?
When is
that'll
that
be this Saturday at 8 a.m. Central Time. We'll talk for a couple hours, hour or two, and just have a good time. So I'm hoping I can get out to the range this weekend and do some filming, but yeah, Caliber Corner, 8 a.m. Central Time on my YouTube channel, Travis P11. That'll be the priority. So Chris in the 740 has committed to it. He's a competitive PCC USPSA shooter. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time, man. Yeah.
All right. Scott, do you have any words of wisdom? Please say yes.
Buy guns and ammo.
Okay, you know what? We'll take that one. And with that, on that note, I will say, check out Guns and Barbecue. His show is in an hour. Also, DJ Plain Ice is posting the links for us. Call the Capitol switchboard and connect, so they can connect you to, all the federal offices and your representatives and senators. He also has the link out there if you know who they are. He has the link out there for the senators' contact page and the House Representatives' contact page. So check those out. And with that, we will see you all later. Thank you all for watching. This was Hit or Miss. I'm your host, Night Strike, and all I have to say is, shall not be infringed.
Infringe this, Felicia.
Felicia Navidad.
Yep, Felicia Navidad.